समोर एकदम समोर.
नमस्कार, सोनाली कुलकर्णी. Nice meeting you, sir. Kind of you. Center
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
समोर एकदम ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am. दादा थोड़ा अंदर रहो ना.
Thank you. Thank you. पड़ेगा भाई. इस तरफ से जाके उस तरफ से मार लो. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir. बस yes please figure please yeah ma'am please ma'am please on this side
Excuse me, picture is clear.
Now this camera.
चांस लेके चालू है. काढून मागे बोलव ना.
Ma'am, look here.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, please. Still Bharat.
Thank you.
Ma'am, hold for the picture.
सही है.
Ma'am, this side.
Ma'am.
That side.
Where are you doing the pictures?
Over there. Yeah.
I'm ready to go closer.
This side. Over to right. One look here in the center, please. Sonali ma'am. झाला काय?
झालं फोटो झाला झाले का मॅम एक मिनिट
ट्राइपॉड अंदर अंदर
Thank you.
वेट लुक सेंटर मैम लुक सेंटर
एक बार होने के बाद भी वापस
Welcome all of you. First of all, on behalf of the Gravitas Foundation, on behalf of Mrs. Kakri, I'd like to thank all of you for being here. Because sometimes in small roles, we do some incredibly important stuff. We have important conversations. We say things and do things and pledge to do things that make a genuine difference. It's a small room. But I'm confident, on behalf of the Gravitas Foundation, on behalf of UNICEF, that what we do here today, what we say here today, will change the world for the better. Frankly, because we don't have too much of a choice. We have these young kids over here who are asking us, what are they asking us? How dare you? How dare you is the question. We have a quick set of introductions that will happen a little later. But before we do anything else, I'd like to say a quick couple of words about the Gravitas Foundation and Mrs. Kakre. Mrs. Kakre has been genuinely, authentically involved in the field of social work in Pune for many, many years. Just to share with you a few quick numbers, 3.5 lakh children the foundation has reached with the message of good touch and bad touch. I'd like to... She's not here. A few seconds. But this conversation will continue. By the time she joins us, I think do I have...
An active philanthropist who never misses an opportunity to do a bit for the society is the founder and chairperson of Gravitas Foundation, formerly known as USK Foundation. Gravitas was born in the year 2011 with a meaningful goal of contributing to the holistic development of the society, especially kids and women. Mrs. Kusha Kakre is also the chairperson of
ग्राविटास फाउंडेशन के बारे में तो अभी हमने इसमें सीखा लिया कि हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो सब्जेक्ट था गुटका की घटना होती है तो बहुत ही गंभीर समस्या है ये। और इस सब को सुलझाने के लिए अभी हमने यूनिसेफ का सहारा लिया है। यूनिसेफ हमारे साथ जुड़ गई है और हम दोनों मिलके अभी चाइल्ड राइट्स के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं और ये हमारा लॉन्ग टर्म है। एक तो कैसे इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया जा सकता है ये हम यूनिसेफ के साथ देख रहे हैं और ये लॉन्ग टर्म का एसोसिएशन हम लोग कर रहे हैं और इसमें कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग इतना अच्छा सबको मिलके काम करना है और इसीलिए हमने आज का ये राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस आयोजित किया है। और मुझे लगता है कि आप सब लोग हमें बहुत अच्छी तरह से सपोर्ट करेंगे और हमारे साथ जुड़े रहेंगे। अभी तक हमने जो प्रोजेक्ट किया है पुणे म्यूनसिपल कॉरपोरेशन के जो बच्चे हैं 1,10,000 उनके साथ हमने ये प्रोजेक्ट पहले स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन हमको जब हमने एंट्री की तो हमको रिएक्शन बड़ी अजीब आई कि ये आप सेंसिटिव सब्जेक्ट है तो आप नहीं कर सकते, पेरेंट्स ने मना किया हमको। तो हमको काफ़ी टाइम लगा कि स्कूल के बच्चों के साथ ये स्टार्ट करने में हमें बहुत दिक्कत आई, लेकिन ऐसा क्यों होना चाहिए? इतना सेंसिटिव, इतना ये सब्जेक्ट की ज़रूरत है, फिर स्कूल ने हमको एंटर करना चाहिए था। लेकिन अभी बहुत कोशिशों के बाद हमारा ये प्रोजेक्ट इतना अच्छी तरह रन हो रहा है। अभी हमने 4,50,000 बच्चे कंप्लीट किए, उसमें काफ़ी केसेस हमारे सामने आए हैं और सब अभी स्कूल हमको खुद फ़ोन करके बुला रहे हैं, तो ये हमें अच्छा लग रहा है कि इस सब्जेक्ट को अभी हम लोग पहुंचाने में कहाँ तो कामयाब हो गए हैं और इसके लिए हम अभी यूनिसेफ के साथ ये सब्जेक्ट आगे लेके जाना चाहते हैं और यूनिसेफ हमको सपोर्ट कर रही है। थैंक यू मैम। अभी इससे आगे मैं ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं बोलूँगी, अपना इंटरेक्शन हम लोग स्टार्ट कर लेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच।
Usha ji always very to UNICEF. So, ma'am, I'd like to share with you what happened. I was in Nottingham recently, and there's a city of caves under Nottingham, and the person who was taking us around the city of caves gave little children who were 6 and 7 years old into the wells to clean them, and if they died, it didn't matter because children were dispensable. And it's not the ancient past. It's now. It continues to happen. And said, you know what, we will protect the child as an individual. And I think UNICEF deserves a huge round of applause for the work that they did then and the work that they do now. I'm very proud, very happy to first, of course, play a little film on UNICEF India at 70.
World signing up for the Convention on the Rights of the Child. And that convention, which we call CRC, the convention, has become a reality. And 193 countries have signed up to it way back 30 years ago. Today is the moment to reflect, is the moment to look up at the progress we have made. Like our country rep said, polio, we are India's polio free, India's tetanus free, India is guinea worm free. But then there are many other challenges that India still faces, both in health and in areas which are not of health. You still have children dying for vaccine preventable diseases now. You still have children dying because they didn't get the right food in the right time, of the right frequency, and in the right elements, the right composition of proteins, nutrients, etc. Sonali, please. You're always there. You still have children who go to school but don't learn how to. The class 3 child does not know what is the learning skill of a class 1 child. No, it's okay. So we still have learning outcomes of children not yet there. A class 3 child does not know, cannot read and write simple letters which a class 1 child should know. We still don't have a class 3 child knowing that. A class 5 child does not know what a class 3 child should know. So our learning outcomes are not as good, although the number of teachers, the number of schools, and the number of students are adequate. But something is not right in what they are learning and what is happening in the school. Those are the challenges that stare at us. Another challenge, which is the focus of this year's convention, is ending violence against children. And that is not recorded, it's not documented, it's not spoken about, but it is happening day in and day out. And the focus of this year's CRC, which is a convention of the rights of the child, the focus is ending violence against children. So therefore, we've also brought 2 children with whom we partner with on a regular basis, and they will be the voices, like you said in the beginning, to tell what have we passed on to this generation, what are they inheriting from us, which they should not have, and how can they make the change, at least in their lives. We owe something to them. This work round table, I hope, will make us start thinking, what is it we should owe to them, which makes them and their planet a happier one than what we gave it. I think that's the whole background. So if we look what this convention has gone on to become, it has helped to transform children's lives. It has inspired a lot of changes in law so that children for a state where there are contractors who come from neighboring states, and then as part of their job they just take a girl over and she gets pregnant, and then of course he's going to desert her because he moves on. So this concept is called a Kumari Mata. Kumari because she was never married to him. 4. One is the right to survive. The right to survive, you can click the next also. So there is the right to survive, which means the child who is born has to survive. Sometimes a child knows that if it's a female fetus, then it gets killed, right? And there are specific districts in the state, like Gid and others, Latur, etc., where infanticide is quite high. And our sex ratio, the number of girls per 1,000 boys, is much lower than the all India average. Yet we call our state a prosperous state. So these are the questions we have to ask or study something and learn and become productive citizens. So these are the four broad rights that the CRC talks about. Moving on. Boy, scheduled caste or a scheduled tribe, high income or low income, middle income or no income, this right of the four rights I mentioned, survival, development, protection, participation, should apply universally for every child, and every child, every right. So all the four rights must apply to all the children, not only in Maharashtra, but in India and in the world. There is no, as we celebrate 30 years, we need to know what is it that is relevant, and we know that child rights still remains relevant. But what if you look at 30 years from now, possibly childhood, bad things, and not bad, I mean, potential dangers, let me say, of what they should not be, or what impact it could have. We learned about blue whale last year. There were a lot of kids giving up their lives. So that is the childhood that will change, but the child rights will remain the same. Now, yesterday, deal with it is prevention. Rather than start treating the child after the violence, how do you prevent it in the first place? Right? And therefore, we need personal safety. Like she is talking about good touch and bad touch, I think that is the first step for prevention. And hence we find that there is a lot of, we did it in 2016, and the next, we looked at 4 types of violence. One was physical, psychological, which is to do with